I'm Hannah Swinton, and I go to Canterbury High School, and I'm in the visual arts program there.
Dave Gibson, and I am an IT consultant.
And my name is Mira, and I go to Fielding.
Jeanette Crew, and I'm a project manager.
Doug Swinton, I'm an engineer.
My name's Nick Fossen, I go to Trina Wilson.
My name is Blair Crew, and I'm a lawyer.
I'm Susan Zerlo.
My name's Ailish Sullivan, and I go to Brookfield High School.
My name is Laura, and I'm a television director.
My name is Kathleen, and I'm a lawyer.
My name is Karen Gibson, and I'm an occupational therapist.
Yes. I grew up in a family where people weren't always nice, and I was bullied by my mother and by my siblings. I felt like nothing. I felt horrible. Being bullied makes you feel like you're nobody and you're not important and you don't matter in the world.
Her name was Margot. She was in my grade. She was really mean, and she, for some reason, she decided she didn't like me. So Margot used to every day make fun of me. Whatever I was wearing, the way I laughed, if I talked to somebody, she would, you know, especially a boy, she'd really make fun of that and tell me I was really a loser. And this probably went on for about, probably most of the year, I'd say. I hated when she was around. I hated when she talked to me. I got really insecure because, you know, you start to believe what people tell you. You know, like I was a loser. I really thought that the clothes I wore were really stupid, and I started to believe the things she told me.
It was all through elementary school. Growing up, there weren't very many girls in the school that I went to, and they weren't particularly nice either. And I was their friend, but then as we got older, I started to branch out, and they pretty much targeted me as one of the different people because I didn't want to bully like they were doing. Your whole world comes crashing down around you, and you don't know what to do, and you want to do the right thing, but it's hard.
I was bullied by a student who tried to pick a fist fight with me. I was afraid, I was embarrassed, and I felt powerless about it.
First time was in grade 3. People were making fun of me on how small I was, you know, how weak. Started shoving me around and stuff like that. It can get really depressing at first, but also, but when you think positive, really just that overcomes every type of feeling that you have.
I mean, we didn't call it bullying then, but it would certainly qualify today. It doesn't feel good, obviously. One of the main things is it makes you feel like you're takes away your sense of self. It undermines your sense of self.
Like, cause, I mean, there's social bullying where you feel kind of left out, but I guess everyone gets that at times. But sometimes it was kind of to the extreme. There's also stuff like saying like as I was trying out for Canterbury, we were talking, and she was like, "Oh, I don't think you should try out because they only take top-notch artists." We look at that. I'm in Canterbury now. So that's my experience with bullying. Honestly, since I didn't really notice, I guess I just felt like less superior. I kind of felt, well, very recent. Like before, it was just one of those, like, you know, kind of, it was almost undermining me, and it kind of lowered my self-confidence a lot, right? I asked, like, what are you doing in like 2 months? She's like, oh, I'm busy. It's like, how do you know you're busy in 2 months?
Sadly, I actually didn't know. Sadly, because I look back now, when I'm older, and I wish or think that I should have done something like stood up to Margot, told her to go fly a kite, or something like that, but I didn't do any of those things. Yeah, I believed the stuff she told me, and I just wished that Margot would go away.
Told an adult about it. Her name was Miss Valentine. She helped me out through the whole thing, which was really great.
I basically told her to go fly a kite because I was done with it, because I realized we had been like best friends for a long time, and I realized she was not a nice person. And so I just basically said, if you're going to improve the way you act towards me, then we can stay friends. But since I never asked much in return from you, if you don't want to be friends, I won't be friends with you. If you make no effort in this, I won't. So I just basically told her, it's your choice if you want to be friends or not, but if you want to be friends, you have to be a better friend.
I did very much. I remember one time I came home and cried, and I think my parents just told me that, you know, that it's good to talk about it, but, you know, that more or less just suck it up.
I stood my ground. I would not fight her. And then when it was over, I went home and talked about it with my mother. I was very upset.
I talked to my parents a lot, and that helped because your parents had probably gone through stuff like that. You know, they were your age at one point. And I just tried to hang out with people who were going through either the same situation or who could understand what I was going through.
There was a girl who went to grade school with me, and I wanted to be her friend, and she was a bully. And she didn't like another girl who lived around the corner from us, and so we bullied the other girl around the corner, whose name was Sherry, and I've always felt horrible about it.
Gosh, it was in elementary school, so that's about a million years ago. And there was a guy in my class, and I don't know, well, certainly I wasn't conscious. I wasn't consciously bullying him, but I was mean to him. I'm not sure why. He was a normal guy, but for whatever reason, he and I did not get on. Quite honestly, he took far more abuse from me than he inflicted upon me. And it's something that I regret to this day.
It was a collective bullying because she was kind of a know-it-all, and she was a bit, she acted very, I'm better than you guys because I did this. But we were much crueler back to her than she was to us. And it wasn't really, it was bullying, and it wasn't a good thing to do. As I was bullying her, I didn't notice. I thought I was just getting back at her for stuff that she'd done to us, you know? But it was much worse than that.
Well, there was a time I remember when I was in grade school and I was with a bunch of guys who liked to pick on another kid, and I remember that they were really giving her a hard time. Taking part in that and feeling really bad about it afterwards. But it felt at the time almost worse than being bullied, but you kind of felt like you had to be part of the group.
That it might be that certain kids appear really vulnerable, and that the people that are doing the bullying are, maybe it makes them feel a bit superior, or...
I don't think it's about why kids get bullied. I think it's more about why kids do the bullying. And I think kids bully, I think adults bully too because they're insecure. And I think that people feel bad about themselves rather than they look at other people and they think that if other people are ahead of them, or more successful, or smarter, have better grades, or make more money, or are better liked, then it's a reflection on the bully and that they're not very good. And I think that ultimately it's about self-esteem. And I think really what you have to do is look at other people and their successes and celebrate their successes and be happy for them. And then through that you will end up liking yourself and being happy for yourself.
Maybe it's an example they've seen from the people that are around them, from the people that are their family, their friends, their influencers.
Sometimes maybe the people who bully the other people are like jealous or like think they're the best, so they can do what they want.
Because they're not like the people who are bullying. The people who are bullying feel like they need to be the top and that they're the best. And if you're not like them, then you're not the best, and you need to be targeted and made feel bad about yourself.
Oh, I think it's because the people that are doing the bullying are not very secure themselves, so they're trying to prove that they're somehow better.
I think the main thing I would tell them is to talk, to communicate with your parents, with your teachers, with your principals. I think there's lots of resources that are out there. I think kids need to know that there are people there to support them.
I think the best thing you could do is talk to a grown-up about it, a grown-up that you trust, a teacher or a parent or even an older sibling.
I think that it's good if kids who are being bullied can find at least one or two friends that can be on their side. I think that they have to just appear confident and hold their head up and be themselves. And I think that it's good if they have like other interests or things outside of school to focus on, like say that they're into, you know, the arts or sports or something like that. And I think if you participate in things outside of school, that could help to, you know, give you something to look forward and something else to think.
Find someone else who's going through the same thing you are, because then maybe you can relate to it and figure out what you want to, like figure out a way to make it better. So maybe talk to someone about it. Go to a teacher or go to a close friend or find someone else that's going through the same thing and talk about it, because talking really helps, and then maybe raise some more awareness about it and what's happening.
Don't let the bully keep on bullying you. Tell someone right away. If it's a friend, or it could be a friend, doesn't have to be an adult, as long as, you know, you let someone know so they can try to help.
They should obviously tell an adult that they trust, a parent, and, you know, find out if it's something that might be worthwhile for them to step in and intervene.
I'd like to say that it gets better when you get older, and for the most part that's true. If you're being bullied, you have enough resources and people are aware of it enough that they're willing to step in and do something about it.
I think that you should just like not listen to them. I think that you should just like, it doesn't matter if like someone calls you